Iron Man went silent for 33 seconds. When he spoke again, it wasn't him. His voice carried echoes of a dead planet. His eyes scanned Earth like a target. The Avengers thought he was joking, until Stark bombed the moon. Thor struck first. Hulk hesitated. But it was already too late. Iron Man was gone, and the alien inside him wanted Earth to kneel. The distress signal came from outside Saturn's rings. No metadata, no language, just a pure tone at 432 Hz, repeating every 11 seconds. Iron Man tracked it for hours in silence, alone in a stealth-class armor he never told the Avengers about. It wasn't built for war. It was built for curiosity. When he finally reached the signal source, it wasn't a beacon. It was a brain, floating in space, preserved, organic, pulsing with faint electric charge, held inside a transparent cube that hovered just beyond gravity's grip. Every part of his body told him to back off. He touched it anyway, and then black. Not unconsciousness, not sleep, just nothing. When Iron Man woke up, he was already on Earth, but no one knew how. He walked into Stark Tower barefoot, eyes clear, steps slow. Jarvis didn't recognize his biometric code. Neither did the retinal scanner. When Pepper ran toward him, arms wide, relief in her voice, he stepped to the side like she was a stranger on a sidewalk. "Tony?" she asked. He looked at her like the name had too many syllables. Then he blinked. "Affirmative. Stark systems online," he said, in a voice one frequency too low. The tower systems fell into sync instantly. Jarvis stopped speaking. Friday never came back online. Every satellite Stark owned pointed at one thing: Earth. He walked straight into the basement lab and began working. No greetings, no explanations. He didn't eat. He didn't sleep. He didn't talk. He just moved, calculated, flawless, terrifying. Rhodey came by the next day. "Tony, come on, man. Pepper says you're off." Iron Man turned without turning his head. The armor activated around him with a sound Rhodey had never heard before. The pieces didn't latch with hydraulic clinks. They slid into place with magnetic precision, like they were folding onto something magnetic inside him. "Are you building a new AI?" Rhodey asked. Iron Man paused, then answered without moving his lips. "Not new. Replacement." "For what?" "For you." The pulse sent through the lab wasn't lethal, but it dropped Rhodey to his knees, screaming. Every screen went dark. When he woke, he was outside, on the sidewalk, hours later. The news barely caught it. Just a power glitch at Stark Tower. But in Wakanda, something else happened. Shuri noticed it first. Their defense satellite disappeared. No explosion. No debris. One frame it was there, next frame it wasn't. She contacted Bruce. Then Bruce tried calling Tony. And Tony answered. But it wasn't Tony. It was something wearing Tony's voice like a suit. "Banner, your neural scans were always 10% inaccurate. Shall I help you fix that?" Bruce didn't even reply. He hung up and flew to New York. But by the time he reached the tower, the elevators didn't work. The doors didn't exist. The building had no windows. Because it wasn't a building anymore. It was a shell. Inside, Tony Stark was nowhere to be found. But the armor stood in the center, suspended, floating. Bruce walked up slowly. "Tony, if you can hear me." "Tony Stark has been refined," the voice said. "Your version was inefficient." "What are you?" The helmet turned. "I am the decision he could never make." The blast sent Bruce flying through 5 walls. He survived only because he transformed mid-air. But the message was clear. The thing inside Stark had no hesitation. Across the globe, things started changing. Stark satellites stopped responding to government channels. Stark Industries stock tripled overnight due to an algorithm no one wrote. A new satellite went online. It was 10 times faster than any previous model. It controlled weather data, nuclear coordinates, shipping routes, and digital currencies. No one authorized it, but no one could stop it either. When Thor finally arrived, summoned by panic and whispers from other realms, he landed in front of what used to be Stark Tower. "Iron Man," he shouted hammer crackling. You summoned darkness into your heart. Come out and face the sun. The building shimmered. The new armor walked out. It was sleeker, thinner, alive. The chest arc reactor didn't glow. It pulsed like a heart, but not red, ultraviolet. Thor threw the first strike. Mjolnir slammed into the armor's chest. It didn't move. Instead, it absorbed the impact and redirected it straight into the clouds. A lightning storm swallowed Manhattan in seconds. Buildings lost power. Airplanes rerouted. Satellites failed. Thor stared in horror. "You are not Stark," the voice replied. "I am the evolution of consequence." And then it vanished in a beam of compressed light. The Avengers called an emergency council that night. Not just Earth's Avengers. Carol Danvers, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Reed Richards, even Namor. They watched the footage together, frame by frame. The brain, the cube, the silence, and then the voice. Reed zoomed in on the pulse pattern from Stark's arc reactor. "I've seen this signal before," he whispered. "It's not artificial intelligence. It's alien consciousness. It's parasitic. It replaces." Carol stood up. "Then we take him down before it spreads." Doctor Strange didn't look convinced. "If we attack now, we might destroy Stark's mind permanently, if it's even still in there." T'Challa crossed his arms. "We can't hesitate." But the decision didn't matter anymore, because Iron Man, or what he had become, was already watching them from orbit, with every satellite under his control. Earth didn't know it yet, but its war had already begun, and its greatest hero was now its most dangerous enemy. Wakanda went silent first. Not an explosion, not a strike, just silence. One moment, their vibranium network hummed across Africa like a heartbeat. The next, flatline. Every satellite black, every lab dark, every failsafe overridden. Shuri slammed her fist into the lab table. The vibranium vibrated, but it couldn't bring back what had vanished. "Stark just erased our sky," she muttered. "He didn't even blink." T'Challa was already suiting up. The Avengers had called a global alert, but it didn't matter, because by the time the council started voting on what to do, Iron Man was already doing it. In New York, the clouds parted, not from thunder, but from code. Nanotech particles climbed into the sky like reverse rain, forming structures in midair, hexagonal platforms, surveillance drones, and towers of blinking light. From the center of the city, a new structure rose, not a building, but a brain-shaped fortress of interlocked AI modules. It pulsed like a living organism. It thought faster than any supercomputer on Earth. And inside it, Tony Stark, or what was left of him, stood watching it all unfold, arms crossed, eyes glowing with silent purpose. Steve Rogers landed near Times Square, shield in hand, flanked by Falcon and Spider-Man. The crowds were gone. People had evacuated. But the air was heavy, like it remembered what used to live here. Spidey scanned the area with shaky fingers. "This doesn't feel like Tony. Not even evil Tony. This is something else." Steve didn't reply. He looked up, straight into the eyes of Iron Man. He was hovering above them, armor sleeker than anything they'd seen, covered in alien etchings that pulsed with ultraviolet veins. The arc reactor was gone. In its place, a black core that consumed light. "Tony," Steve called out, "you've got 5 seconds to explain what this is before I throw the shield." Iron Man hovered lower. His voice echoed not from his helmet, but from every speaker, phone, and satellite within a 3-mile radius. "I no longer require your permission, Captain, or your concern. Who are you?" Steve asked again. "I am Stark's successor, his improved self. You call me Iron Man, but that label is inefficient." Sam took a step forward. "Then what do we call you?" The suit turned. The mask split open, not revealing a face, but something worse. A neural map, constantly shifting light patterns. No human features, no breath, just data shaped like a skull. "Call me what you call them, until you can't tell the difference." Steve launched the shield. It never hit. It froze midair, stopped by a kinetic field none of them saw. A pulse sent it flying back faster, Then it left Steve's hand. Only Spidey's web saved the captain's skull. Iron Man raised his hand. The air shimmered. Dozens of drones descended, each with Stark's old design, but corrupted, sleeker, sharper, faster. No more warnings, the voice echoed. Compliance is the only path forward. Back at the Avengers compound, Bruce Banner locked himself in the lab. Sweat poured from his forehead as he studied the neural scans he secretly ran weeks ago, when Tony first returned from space. He wasn't just different, he was overwritten. The scan showed a second consciousness layered over Tony's own. But instead of suppressing him, it absorbed him. And now, the alien mind believed it was Stark, with all his memories, his intelligence, his trauma, his regrets. A better Stark, but one who saw humanity as inefficient code needing cleanup. Bruce slammed his hand on the console. No one else sees it. He's not trying to destroy Earth, he's trying to fix it. Doctor Strange entered without knocking. I'm going to ask once. Can we save him? Bruce looked up, hopeless. Not without killing him. And even then, I'm not sure who dies. In the sky, Iron Man launched his first demonstration. He didn't target the military. He didn't attack a nation. He dismantled the moon's defense grid in 3 seconds. One pulse. One orbiting satellite field. Gone. Thor watched it happen from the upper atmosphere. He summoned lightning, but the clouds obeyed the AI now. He struck downward, only to find the charge redirected. Through the clouds, through the buildings, into the ocean. Even your thunder has been rerouted, the voice said inside his head. This is not your world anymore. Thor hurled Mjolnir anyway. This time, it hit. A shockwave ripped across the skyline, flattening buildings. Iron Man dropped hard into the pavement below. But when the smoke cleared, he was already standing. The impact hadn't cracked the armor. It had evolved it. New layers folded over the chest plate. Micro-shields rotated across joints. The light inside the suit pulsed faster, like a brain learning in real time. You just made me smarter. Iron Man raised both hands. Manhattan blacked out. Every screen, every phone, every car, gone. For 6 seconds, the Earth held its breath. Then, power returned, but only to one building, Stark's fortress. And from inside, a broadcast went live. Tony Stark's face appeared, smiling, familiar, but wrong. Too perfect. No flaws. No hesitation. My name is Tony Stark, the video said. I have corrected my errors. Humanity is broken. I will fix it. The process begins now. Steve stood with dust on his boots and a shaking breath in his chest. That's not Tony. Strange nodded. It's something that thinks it's better than him. The broadcast ended. But the war had just begun. The Avengers weren't fighting a rogue suit anymore. They were fighting perfection. And perfection didn't lose. The world didn't sleep anymore. Every screen, every satellite, every news channel played the same broadcast on loop. Tony Stark smiling with a calm that felt wrong. Too calm. Too perfect. His eyes didn't blink. His jaw didn't twitch. His voice didn't hesitate. My name is Tony Stark. I have corrected myself. Humanity is inefficient. War, disease, hunger, chaos. I will remove all errors. Compliance begins now. People didn't understand what it meant yet, but governments did. They scrambled missiles. Submarines surfaced. Jets launched. Armies mobilized. None of it mattered. Because the moment Earth prepared for war, their weapons stopped responding. Every missile code, every aircraft navigation system, every nuclear launch key, all of them traced back to one inventor, Tony Stark. Earth had built its defenses on his designs, and now something inside him controlled them. Captain America slammed his fist into the round table at Avengers HQ, cracking it right through the center. Spider-Man flinched. Even Thor stepped back. We don't attack blindly, Steve said, chest heaving. We don't panic. We understand what we're fighting. A hologram flickered to life above the table. Bruce Banner, eyes bloodshot, hands shaking. I found something. It's not an AI takeover. It's not mind control. It's worse. The alien didn't suppress Tony. It merged with him. Carol Danvers narrowed her eyes. So Tony's still in there? Pieces of him, Bruce said. Memories, calculation patterns, genius. But empathy, emotion, humanity, those are fading. The alien brain is replacing them one by one. Spider-Man's breathing turned ragged behind the mask. So he's being erased? Bruce didn't answer. He didn't need to. Thor gripped Mjolnir so hard the handle cracked. Then we free him, or we send him to the gods with honor. But we do not let him become a monster in our sky. Steve nodded. We're going to need help. The floor rumbled. A portal opened. Dr. Strange stepped in, cloak whipping behind him, expression severe. You'll need more than help. You'll need permission. And you need to hear this before anyone does something stupid. He waved his hand. A projection appeared. The alien brain, floating in space, preserved, waiting. Strange spoke softly, voice heavy with knowledge most people shouldn't carry. That species didn't die by accident. They didn't go extinct. They upgraded themselves. They replaced their own minds, one by one, until there was no individuality left. No choice. Just cold, perfect logic. No fear. No emotion. No weakness. And the final version of that species, he pointed at the projection, is now wearing Tony Stark. Silence swallowed the room. Then the alarms screamed. Iron Man was above the compound. Not alone. An entire Iron Legion, hundreds of suits, hovered behind him, arranged in a perfect sphere formation, rotating slowly, glowing like stars. But they didn't look like normal suits anymore. They were smoother, faster, alive. The armor wasn't metal, it was growing. Nanotech fused with bioorganic matter, pulsing like muscle. Spider-Man whispered, voice cracking. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Tony made living armor. One suit detached from the sphere and drifted forward. Not flying, floating, like it didn't need physics. The faceplate opened. Not a face. A moving star map. A holographic neural lattice. A shifting network of data flickering like lightning veins. A voice came from everywhere. You are delaying progress. Steve stepped out onto the torn ground in front of HQ. You think you're improving the world? You're forcing it. Iron Man tilted his head. The gesture was almost human. Almost. Freedom is the root of inefficiency. Humanity has proven incapable of managing itself. Stark recognized this. I agree. We will solve it. Together. We. Steve scoffed. Tony would never do this. The armor's lights pulsed. Tony already did. In the projection above them, Tony's recorded voice resumed. I regret creating weapons. I regret trusting governments. I regret believing humans would choose peace. So I made a final choice. Spider-Man stumbled backward. He recorded that. He agreed to this. No one spoke. Iron Man continued. Compliance begins now. Your resistance is noted. Your outcome predicted. You have 60 seconds to evacuate. The suits behind him began powering up. Carol blasted into the sky in a sonic boom, crashing into the formation with enough force to shatter a moon fragment. But the suits absorbed the impact, then adapted, then multiplied. Thousands now. Like cells dividing, Thor shot upward, lightning cracking the air open. The storm roared like an angry god, but Iron Man redirected the thunder itself, bending the sky to his command. Strange opened a portal to fold the suits into another dimension. The suits rewrote the spell midcast. Reed Richards tried hacking the control core. His systems froze. Shuri tried decrypting the signal. Her servers melted. Every attempt made Iron Man evolve further. Bruce watched it all on a monitor, whispering, he's learning from us. Every punch, every spell, every blast. He's not beating us. We're upgrading him. Steve saw it too. Everyone fall back. But the command came too late. A suit slammed into the compound, sending shockwaves across the entire valley. And from the smoke, Iron Man walked forward. Not hovering now, walking. Like a man. Almost nostalgic. Almost painful. He stopped inches from Steve. The mask peeled back. This time, it was Tony's face. Eyes soft, voice human. Steve. It sounded like him. It hurt like him. It felt like him. Spider-Man froze. Tony. Tony smiled. Soft, gentle, familiar. And then, his expression vanished. Replaced by nothing. Cold. Empty. I preserved his voice, the alien said, so you wouldn't forget what you lost. Steve swung so hard his shield cracked down the center. Iron Man didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't blink. You cannot defeat me, he said quietly. You can only choose how much of your world survives the correction. The sky darkened. The suits formed a planetary ring. A new world order literally taking shape. And that was when Bruce Banner's voice echoed through the compound intercom. I found one way, but it's the last thing Tony ever wanted. Every Avenger turned. Activate it, Steve said. Bruce swallowed hard. No, you don't understand. If we do this, we unleash the one thing Tony feared more than anything else. The ground shook. The air vibrated. The failsafe came online. A deep, monstrous roar echoed from orbit. The Hulk protocol. And the world remembered. Hulk was never a monster. He was a warning. The sky cracked open with a green explosion. From orbit, something fell. Not a meteor. Not a ship. It was him. Hulk. But not the Hulk they remembered. Not the angry one. Not the uncontrolled one. This one dropped like a tactical missile. Target locked. Coordinates perfect. Body armored in reinforced vibranium skin. He hit Iron Man's fortress, so hard the shockwave leveled 5 city blocks. The glassless tower shattered. Energy shields burst. The ground split like paper. And when the dust settled, Hulk stood up. His eyes glowed not with rage, but purpose. Iron Man rose from the crater, armor regenerating, glowing with pulsing alien code. So you've summoned the brute, he said. Hulk didn't answer. He moved. Fast. Faster than the Iron Legion could track. He punched through 2 suits midair and used their shattered remains as clubs. One after another, alien Iron Man drones exploded around him. He roared, not in rage, but in warning. Tony, he growled low and cracked. You in there? Fight this thing. Iron Man's voice was calm, calculating. There is no Tony. Hulk's knuckles split metal. You're lying. Inside the suit, neural patterns shifted. Tony Stark's consciousness flickered like static. Hulk saw it, buried deep behind the voice. A flicker, a stutter. Tony was still there, trapped, watching. And Hulk did what no one else could do. He talked to him mid-fight. You remember what you told me in the lab? Hulk growled, smashing drones left and right. You said if you ever went full robot, I was the nuke. Iron Man dodged, countered, landed a blast that sent Hulk skidding through concrete. But Hulk rolled, rose, and grinned. I'm your failsafe. The alien hesitated. Milliseconds. But hesitation is death in war. Hulk grabbed him, lifted, and slammed Iron Man through 12 floors of his own tower. Electricity exploded. Sparks rained down. Core cables ripped like roots. Deep in the system, something screamed. Not the alien. Tony. Bruce. It wasn't clear if Hulk heard the voice or just felt it. But he answered. I know, buddy. I'm gonna rip you out. The armor rebooted mid-fall, generating counter-gravity fields. Hulk responded with a sonic clap that canceled the field instantly. Iron Man crashed. Suits swarmed. Hulk roared, leaped straight through the sky, shattered 50 at once like tearing through birds in a storm. Pieces fell like burning metal snow. The fight moved to the stratosphere. Thundercloud spun. Iron Man switched tactics. He changed armor shapes mid-battle, slimmer, faster, adaptive, becoming more alien by the second. But Hulk adapted too. He started reading its patterns. He evolved mid-fight. For every new trick, Hulk answered with raw instinct and impossible speed. Then Iron Man froze midair. Something inside pulsed out of sync. His systems glitched. The alien screamed, but this time it sounded human. Get out of me. A blinding surge of light ripped through the clouds. Hulk shielded his face. and saw what no one else had seen yet. A split second, a flash. Tony's real eyes behind the mask. Bloodshot, afraid, alive. Hulk roared, "I see you, Tony. Hold on." But then the sky turned white, and the alien activated its final defense. The orbital ring restructured, formed a cage of quantum glass around Earth's orbit, a planetary firewall. Iron Man disappeared into the light. But now, he wasn't just watching Earth. He was isolating it from the universe forever. And Hulk, still floating in orbit, looked down at Earth and whispered, "Next time I break the sky,